I wasn't going to say anything, but I couldn't sit still. Thank you, everybody, for coming. This may be the best idea that's ever happened in this area, the community college system. You know, did you know that this was a gift of the CNO Hospital, the land? And they can't have picked a more beautiful spot in all the world, I think. I remember when the specimen trees that adorn this campus were not here, and there was a committee that spent hours with professionals selecting the beautiful and mature trees you now see on campus, many of them identified with little tags. It was a place where kids would come and play their soccer games after school, hour after hour after hour on the weekdays. Dr. Backles wanted children roaming the campus, and no, they did. It was a place of great activity. This room alone was a community theater. Remember the community theater? But one of the things we haven't talked about tonight, and Dr. Backles was instrumental in starting this, is the foundation that provided scholarship monies. Even though it was $75 a course, a quarter, or whatever it was then, and it seems so ridiculously low now, it was a monstrous fee for some students. Dr. Backles was very sympathetic to this plight of so many students who pined to come here and study, couldn't afford it. And he got Dr. Warren, he got George Chucker, and me. We were on the board of the board appointed by the state, and he got us to start a foundation. He said, let's go to the business people, let's make it happen, and get this together. We got $5,000 beautiful dollars together after about 12 months. And we gave those scholarships with so much joy. I cannot tell you how much joy it was. Now we're a multi-million-dollar foundation. We have multiple scholarships. We have just appointed, rather doled them out. They don't know who, the recipients don't know who they are, but wait till they find out. Nursing students, econ students to be, history students, English students, people with computer skills. They will have a wonderful opportunity to go forward. In banking, by the way, Kevin, lots of competition there, I'm afraid. But I'm just making light of it. The foundation is a deep wish come true. And it has made possible so many lives to go forward in this community. This is a wonderful community. The college is a force for good and continues to be. I think I'm talking too much.
Helen's right. The Educational Foundation is about $7.4 million assets and gives about $250,000 in scholarships annually. So we're really excited about that. And in many cases, and this is not a pitch, that $250,000 is still not enough. But still, the #1 reason why students don't come to college is cost. And today, cost is even beyond tuition, fees, and books. It's food. A year ago, November, we started a food bank on campus. All donations, many of you have donated. We have partnerships with the Rotary Club, with the Women's Club, with various types of groups, and we have a food bank. No questions asked. The doors open at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the cleaning crew closes it at about 9 o'clock at night. Somebody needs to go in there, and the food is getting used and taken because we're refilling it on a constant basis. Homelessness is another thing. We haven't solved that one yet, but there are people in every community, and this is a national issue. And what I'm really happy about is that the Virginia Community College system is dealing with a lot of these non-academic issues, because if you're hungry, you can't study. If you're sleeping in your car, you can't do your homework or study. You may not have Wi-Fi. Okay? So those are those issues that I've been in higher ed in community college for 30 years. I never thought I'd be talking about those issues. It's more about tuition. It's more about the price of books. But it's all those non-issues. So I think we are, unless anyone else would like to say something, we're going to wrap up a wonderful evening. Joan reminded me that we actually have a few books. Tonight the books are $20. Tomorrow they will go on the streets for $25. Okay? So you want to buy 10? We can do that. Unfortunately, we cannot take a credit card, but we can take checks, cash, firstborn, something like that, you know. But Joan, would you like to?
Once again, I am just so grateful to everybody for coming tonight, for sharing their stories, for giving us a clear example of the kind of community that story builds. I look around this room and I see people talking and interacting and laughing. There is no better way to get to know someone than to listen to their story. So thank you for being here. Buy books, wait for our next book, and we will continue.
I guess the last thing I would just like to say as we wrap up, somebody asked me sort of why I'm not in the book. Well, I am. I am in the introduction, but part of it is, you know, as a president, I'm keeper of the keys for a short time. We all employees, and there's a number of you, are trying to, you know, we're the keeper of the keys for a very short period of time. We're trying to build on who came before us, like Dr. Backles and Dr. Perrier and Dr. Tafe, in my case, the previous 3 presidents. I'm so thrilled that we were able to capture their stories in this book, okay? I came from a college that was 20 years old that had 5 presidents after 20 years. This is 56 years old and we've only had 4. Okay, that's a pretty good, and we had 56 years of stories. So I would like to thank the previous 3 presidents for leading us when we were the Clifton Forge Covington branch of Virginia Polytech Institute, and as well as now to all the employees, all the students, all the community leaders, all our board members for really leading the way for DSLCC for the first 56 years. So thank you so much for coming. We still want to continue to hear your stories. The college has other events, alumni events, and those types of things, so we would certainly love to continue to hear your stories. Thanks so much for spending part of your night with us.